Welcome to Mirror Domain's Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines, and indeed this is a live news show for movie fans where we talk about all the trending movie news headlines of the day, including a bunch of horror headlines, Monsters of California, Five Nights at Freddy's, Appendage. Wait a minute, is that the correct title? I don't know, man. It's going to be on Hulu. We'll take a look at that. John Carpenter's in the news with maybe a Christine remake happening. I don't know. What's the update with that? One Piece gets renewed, but we start off today's show with something that's kind of off the top that I forgot to put in the notes. Star Wars. Lucasfilm confirms Donald Glover's Lando Calrissian series is being developed into a movie. Now, I like Donald Glover as Lando. He was the best part of Solo for me. And then it was Emilia Clarke. And then it was Darth Maul. And then it's Paul Bettany, I guess. And then somewhere along the lines in the Solo movie, I like Chewbacca and that guy who played Han Solo. No, I like the droid better than I like the guy who played Han Solo. Anyway, there you go. That's what's happening. So, Donald Glover, I thought was a perfect fit as Lando. I would love to have seen more with him. And it sounds like, a while ago that him and his brother were going to be taking over writing duties on this. And we thought we were going to get a series, but it now seems more like it's going to be a movie, which is fine. You know what? The Obi-Wan series was originally going to be a movie, but then they broke it out into parts into a series, which I think was a huge mistake. A huge, epic mistake, because they added in stuff to make this series longer that just could have easily been cut out. And I felt like maybe they were going to do the same thing here with Lando, but now that it's going to be a movie, then I'm much happier with that. Summary. Lucasfilm confirms that Lando Calrissian series will now be developed into a movie starring Donald Glover, who also co-wrote the film with his brother Steven. Billy D. Williams, who originally played Lando, may be involved in the untitled Lando movie based on his recent cryptic message. Fans speculate about time jumps possibly. Well, that would be kind of cool. Now, that would be awesome if you got like a bookend of, say, perhaps Billy D. Williams kind of like narrating, here's a story from my past kind of thing. Like, that would be kind of cool, and that would be awesome. That'd be a way to appease fans. And you don't have to appease fans. I get there's the argument out there, well, the story and the movie should come first. Who cares about what the fans? No, that's dead wrong. And anybody who says that is like, doesn't know what the heck they're talking about. You go to McDonald's because you like the burgers you don't necessarily a fan, but you expect a certain thing back. We're a fan of Star Wars. We expect a certain thing from them. To say that you can just create anything new as a director or a creative team and say, well, the fans will just have to put up with it. When we're here, we know what we want from this, right? Give us what we want from it. And if you don't give us what we want from it, then we're just kind of like, well, what the heck is this? And you just get more problems like you've been having with like the sequel trilogy and whatever the heck this next Rey movie is going to be about. Anyway, I digress with my little spiel there with my grievances, but it is what it is. Let's just see what they said here. Stephen Glover said during a podcast with Pablo Torre finds out, quote, "We're doing it. It's not even a show. I'm sure like the nerds will figure it out anyway. Like they'll read my lips of something. Oh no, the idea now is to do a movie. That's the thing right now because of the strike. It's kind of like telephone all information coming up. Jokes with the host about being him an information broker. Yes, you've got to pretend like you just go out and text. I'm hearing my sources are telling me laughs. I would prefer it to be a movie. And for God's sakes, don't have it be a $200 million film, right? Just you can make a small contained Star Wars story for under $100 million. The Ewok movies prove that. And actually, I kind of like Battle for Endor. Let's take some live comments here. Arglass Viking says, if we get new Star Wars content in the next year, I'll be happy. I can take or leave Donald Glover's Lando. He was always a supportive character in my head. Go ahead, Lucasfilm, prove me wrong. Chris Sherwood, do you think Lando's movie will take place around Rogue One Star Wars, James? No. It won't be around Rogue. Well, I just think it'll be. I think it'll be before New Hope, obviously, right? Does One Piece, does season 2 have a release date? Yeah, no, we'll get to that. Yeah. So anyway, that's the off the top. I forgot to add that. I had put it in there. Sometimes when I'm creating these graphics, I forget that there's a tab in there. It happens. Let's continue on with One Piece being renewed for season 2 at Netflix. That'll make a lot of people happy. I'm only 2 episodes in. I'm not rushing to go see the other episodes. I'll finish watching episode 3 maybe this weekend. And if it's not, if it doesn't give me enough of the kind of potential One Piece treasure that they're after, of what it is, the stakes. I need to know the stakes. We know that there's going to be a bunch of people going after the One Piece. We know that there's some bad factions in there, but I need to know what it is exactly so that I can be invested and root for them to actually get it, if you understand that. Because we're 2 episodes in and I still don't know what it is that they're going after. It's just called the One Piece. We know that the main character, Luffy, here wants to become king of pirates. But am I really rooting for him? Are you indifferent? What if he doesn't get the One Piece, James? Okay, whatever. I don't care. Yeah, I need to have that shown to me, a reason why I should care, kind of thing, right? The actual One Piece treasure or whatever is like the MacGuffin, but give us the stakes of it, right? Give us the stakes. Like you could say that Luke's lightsaber or the map to Luke Skywalker was a MacGuffin, but you knew the stakes behind it, right? Because they wanted to find him to figure out what the heck's going on in Force Awakens, right? It's kind of like that. Anyway, I need to know that. But the news of this season 2 will make a lot of fans happy. Is there anybody in the comments there? No comments for that. Cheering it yet. The renewal is hardly a surprise. The series has been at the top of Netflix's weekly top 10 charts for the past 2 weeks. So people are watching it. People are liking it. It just doesn't seem quite yet as it's going to be my cup of tea. So when would it be? Somewhere between a year and 18 months from now, Chris Schober. Somewhere between a year and 18 months. It really all depends of when this strike ends, right? I'll tell you this. Some recent other news in the States is that the auto workers of America are now going on strike. So we're going to get like a bunch of unions on strike that's going to help fuel people to get back to the table. Now, the auto workers are not the same as the entertainment business side of things, but it's kind of like things running in parallel. Just gives like stock shareholders like a little bit more pressure to say, well, okay, now you hurt me in my entertainment portfolio. Now you're hurting me in my auto portfolio. I got to pressure the studio. I got to pressure some of these executives of these companies to start to get back to the table so I can start making my money again. Because I know that they're trying to squeeze all the small workers out of their little funds of money. But I don't understand that from the shareholders. I don't. That why are you letting an executive have like a $10 million bonus every year and like that? That's okay with you as a shareholder. It wouldn't be okay with me. Be like, why is that happening when you could use that bonus money and just pay these people striking now to silence them so we can continue making more money? What are you doing? That's the way I would look at it. It's very frustrating, I know, but it is what you can't change the course sometimes. Arglass says, I binged One Piece in a day and wanted more, but if it goes cold and takes forever to come back to, I'll pine for it. Okay. Well, you're not, because of the strikes and then because of how much production time would have to go in. So it's a year to 18 months is what they're forecasting. Chris Schober says, does Christine Remake have a release date? Yeah, well, we'll get to that in a little bit. Okay. It's Friday, guys. So the new movie, Haunting in Venice, is coming out, and I am slated to go see this at 1:45 today. So in just about 3 hours, I'll be watching A Haunting in Venice, and I'm looking forward to it. 6.8 there. on the IMDb rankings. Now, this is the third movie in the Hercule Poirot series where Kenneth Branagh plays Poirot. So a little bit more on the suspense thriller side of it. I'm looking forward to that. The cast, Michelle Yeoh, Tina Fey, Jamie Dornan. Fascinating. Kelly Riley, I'm looking forward to seeing on the big screen. A lot of people know her from Yellowstone. I've never watched Yellowstone, but of course, Branagh directs. Uh, it's got me intrigued. She's like Michelle Yeoh is like a medium, right? She can commune with the dead or something. And there's like a seance that happens. Somebody ends up dead. And of course, then Poirot has to go out and solve that crime. So, yeah, 3 hours from now, I'm checking it out. Due to that, though, guys, there will be no immediate stream this afternoon on TikTok, because we do a lot on TikTok, guys, because I'll be watching the movie. And then around 4:30, 5 o'clock-ish, I guess, I'll go live and I'll record my Haunting in Venice formal review. Maybe 5:30. 6 o'clock-ish. I don't know, because I have to come home and post up my immediate out-of-the-theater reaction for it. That takes usually about 20 to 30 minutes. But then I got to have something to eat after. So it's kind of like, huh, we'll figure it out. It'll all happen today. So, yeah. What are people saying about it? What is the buzz for A Haunting in Venice? 77 by critics, 75 by the audience up there on the Rotten Tomatoes. So it's above average. People are liking it. It's not stellar, but people are liking it. That's good news. That's what I want to hear. So let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews. Somebody who didn't like it from the Irish Times. If you have watched a Christie mystery before, you may be able to fill in the yawning gaps in this sketchy stock persona. Those hitherto unfamiliar with her work will be baffled as to why they should care about any of these bland costume fillers. What? So you don't like the cast is what that person is saying? Bland costume fillers? I like Tina Fey. Mostly for selfish reasons, but it is what it is. I got nothing against Michelle Yeoh or Jamie Dornan. I'm looking forward to this cast, as I said. So let's take a look at somebody who did like it. ABC News. Kenneth Branagh again stars as Agatha Christie's master detective Hercule Poirot, moving Dame Agatha's mystery from London to Venice and into the land of the supernatural. This all-star Tina Fey wickedly entertaining shakeup does them both proud. Good. That's what I want to hear. Richard Roper liked it. A wonderful international cast and an instantly involving murder mystery. Well, I like murder mysteries. That's what I want to see. I want murder mysteries. And that's what I want to figure out. That's I just want to I like those who done it kind of things. And where is it going to rank this weekend? Because it is the only movie opening up pretty much. This is last weekend's numbers. Let's say that Nun 2 gets chopped in half to about 15 million. Can A Haunting in Venice make more than that? I would say yes, right up off the bat, but nobody's talking about it. Like, yeah, Stuckman posted his review. Has Jeremy Johns posted his? I didn't see that. But nobody in my circles is saying, James, you got to go check out Haunting in Venice, man. Like, that sucks. So I do think it'll make more than 15 million, which if that's the case, it will be number one, because I think that's the only thing else opening up this weekend. There is a smaller film that is opening up. That's, what is it called? After Everything. It's like a romance. I think actually that came out last week, didn't it? After Everything? No? No, that's coming out this week too. So, I don't know. After Everything and, who's in that? The fifth installment of the After franchise. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's more for like teeny boppers, right? Haunting in Venice is what I'm seeing. So maybe that teeny one will get in there in the second spot. Maybe no. I'm thinking uh, Haunting in Venice number one. Nun 2 is number 2. I think my big fat Greek wedding will be number 3, and then that teeny bopper one after everything will be the 4th one, and then I think Equalizer 3 will round out the top 5. That's what I'm thinking. We'll have to see on Monday when we come back and do a look at the box office schedule. But if Haunting in Venice doesn't make more than 10 million, then it's not going to be number 1. Nun 2 will retain that. I'll be shocked. It's possible that it could, guys. It's possible that it could because nobody's going out to see it. Thursday night previews were few and far between because I couldn't go out to my regular showing. They were only playing one showing. And in fact, yesterday in my theater, they canceled all the late night shows because I think they had problems with the mechanics. And some guy there who works there just can't download the digital thing because you get this little it looks like a hard drive kind of thing that you can either plug into your main hard drive and it downloads the movie into your system so you can play digitally, or you get like this Skype card that kind of like downloads it wirelessly, which takes forever. But once you have it downloaded to your system, you should be able to watch it whenever. I don't understand that. Anyway, yeah, that's just my minor thing with Cineplex right now. It's kind of like, geez, guys, you're really dropping the ball here, and it sucks. All right, moving on. Aquaman 2 trailer dropped yesterday, and some interesting tidbits have come out about that. Aquaman 2 director response to James Gunn's DC Universe gets candid about the impending reboot. Yeah, we all know that it's getting a reboot, but we've all speculated as DC fans because of the Flash movie and that post-credit scene where the Flash went into different universes and said, but in each universe, you're the same Aquaman. It's always you, right? So it's always going to be Momoa as Aquaman. So we've always thought that, yeah, if there's going to be an Aquaman, it's just going to be Momoa, but he just won't be of the same Snyderverse Momoa, right? That's what we got. Is he concerned about this? No, he's not. Because he's saying that he designed it to be a standalone movie, each one of them. So during a Q&A portion, the filmmaker of the DC movie Aquaman was asked about the Gunn's DC universe, and Juan got candid. He says while he's very aware of everything that's happening around me, he's tried not to think about it too much, stating that he designed his Aquaman movies to be as standalone as possible. Yeah, because they barely acknowledged anything in the first Aquaman about Superman or Batman or the events that happened in Justice League, right? Because he didn't have his orange costume in the Justice League. That happened after, right? So there still could be some things that said that, yeah, it's a standalone, it doesn't happen in the Snyderverse, but they kind of padded it up a little bit with that Flash ending saying that, well, you're the same in every universe. To extend that quote, it says, I'm aware of everything that's happening. I mean, I use the analogy that I'm living in a house that's getting renovated. It's hard not to be aware of the renovations that's happening around me, but the beauty about Aquaman is that we've always designed these two films to be within their own world. The advantage of not being hooked into this bigger universe is whatever happens over there that doesn't really affect my movie. Yeah, you get that impression that they're very self-contained, right? This film doesn't hook into anything. It lives in its own world. That's what we found worked out really well for us on the first film, and we're doing exactly the same. There's noise going around, but I'm just in my cocoon, in my underwater kingdom. And I still think that there's still a possibility that a bunch of us here in the movie punditry realm are really grossly underestimating the potential of this film. It just seems comfortable right now to say that this movie's going to bomb. But it's an underwater movie, and it's going to come out around Christmas, just like an Avatar movie should be. It's just like, it's going to fill the gaps for some people, the needs for some people of having that underwater experience. And it's going to, I think, international numbers is going to help this movie along quite a bit. Maybe not domestically. It could bomb domestically. In fact, I do think it will underperform domestically, but I do think that the international numbers will help this out for sure. Because I'll tell you, I didn't hate what I was seeing. It looked slick. It just made me go, God, Patrick Wilson got ripped for this. Yeah. I know some people didn't like the humor about it from the other trailer reactions that I was looking at. But when you look at it and you just think about what James Wan said about this being a very self-contained offshoot of the DC universe, yeah, you can buy that, right? But watching it, it got me thinking about, well, where's Willem Dafoe, right? I thought I saw him in the trailer, but I guess I didn't. And he's not listed in the IMDb, guys. So this article just went on to confirm Willem Dafoe will not be returning for Aquaman and Lost Kingdom due to scheduling conflicts. So it's not as if he didn't want to be. It's just conflicts. He's got a bunch of other projects that he was working on at the time that when they were shooting it. Could they have put him in some reshoots possibly? Yeah, but obviously then he wouldn't have had a major role, right? So if people were asking, well, where's Willem Dafoe's character? Now you know why. Just scheduling conflicts, if you believe that. Chris Shover says, I'm definitely going to be seeing After Everything movie, James, as the third movie and the fourth. Okay. After Everything. Maybe on a Cheap Tuesday I'll go see. I haven't seen the others in that series, so I don't know if I'd get value out of it. Arglass says Wonka comes out before Aquaman 2, so I reckon Wonka will hold the top spot over Christmas. Possibly, yeah. Possibly. What else did you say there, Arglass? You said something about, with the box office list being a bit slow and stagnant, Expendables 4 might actually get some love and large slice of the pie. The thing is, too, I was looking at next week's schedule. There's a horror movie that comes out as well next week, a smaller one. And as soon as I saw that on the slate, I was like, wow, you've got a choice between Expendables 4 and a horror movie. There's Expendables 4, or you can go see something called It Lives Inside. And I've got to tell you right up off the bat, I'm going to go see It Lives Inside before Expendables 4. I like horror. Sorry. It's just with Expendables 4, I kind of already feel like I know what I'm going to get with that movie. There's nothing in that screams, you got to go check this out opening night. I'll see it on a matinee on the weekend, probably. I know that's disheartening. I know that's something that some people don't want to hear, but it is what it is. I just hope that one of these upcoming Avatar movies, I just hope it isn't going to be 9 hours. No, it's not going to be that long. It'll still, all the Avatar movies will still be like 3 hours long. That's Cameron's sweet spot, I guess, for telling his story. I don't know why, though. I liked Avatar too. Did it need to be 3 hours? Maybe we should watch Avatar. The Avatar movies, Avatar 2. And I'll give you guys my ideas as to where things could be cut out. Anyway, we're dragging along here the show, James. What else can you find? Well, later on today, you can find my review for A Haunting in Venice. That'll be up later today. Trailer reactions for Aquaman 2 is up right now. Episode 5 of Ahsoka is up. We had fun watching that. Get to Know Me episode, Big Rec Ranked Up, is up there right now. And of course, my review from last week's Nun 2 is up there. So by all means, let's take a look at some of those if you can. If you like what you're seeing, for sure, by all means. Keeping with the horror, let's get into it. Five Nights at Freddy's director drew inspiration from Steven Spielberg and dark undertone of the Joker. Yeah. Dark undertone of the Joker. Fascinating. Director Emma Tammy combines influences from Spielberg's Wonderment, childhood Wonderment, and Todd Phillips' Joker. Well, I didn't get any of that. Well, I guess from the animatronics, the wonder behind it, I suppose. Now, the Joker does give me like, well, how are you going to fit that in? Because are you saying that the main character, Josh Hutcherson, is going to be very much like the Joker? What? I don't quite understand that. Is there a quote here that you can isolate it? No, you don't. All right. During an interview with Total Film, Tammy conveyed that her deep-seated admiration for Spielberg, well, a lot of people are. He is a master filmmaker. He doesn't have all hits on his resume, but he's got definitely, he's got the eye. He's got talent. He's got talent for compositing shots together, blocking scenes and everything. So yeah, why not? Okay, so what else? So she sought to infuse the movie with an essence of childlike wonder juxtaposed with a darker undertone. That means like contrasted, right? Somewhat reminiscent of the world depicted in Joker. Okay, so of the world depicted, not of the character. Kind of like there's garbage all over the place. The city's being run down. People are mostly kind of like apathetic to everything. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right, so you get a little bit more of the sense of tone of that. I am going to be looking forward to seeing this. Again, it's a little bit like Expendables 4. I kind of know what I'm getting with this because I saw Willy's Wonderland with Nicolas Cage. But James, it's a totally different thing. Yeah, I get it, but it's still the same kind of concept of a guy cleaning up a place at night where there's these animatronics that come alive and try to kill people. There's that same base premise to it kind of thing, right? I don't expect a rinse and repeat of it, though. I don't. I expect a different angle. Maybe like a more supernatural, really supernatural angle to it. And if it's drawing from the Joker's tone, that's cool. Looking forward to that. Five Nights at Freddy's release date and the runtime. The runtime's really quick, too. It's going to be on Peacock and in theaters October 27th. So the end of next month. And this one is getting a lot of fan support. People are looking forward to it for sure. Arglass says, totally not surprised. Unknown horror over predictable action is an easy sell. Yeah. Chris Schober says, hey, James, guess what kind of candy I'm having? I don't know, dude. Seriously, a candy corn. I don't know. Five Nights at Freddy's. Let's move on. Monsters of California. Aliens exist in trailer of Tom DeLonge's directorial debut. Tom DeLonge from Blink 182. Yeah, that guy. If you don't know, he is gone off and gone into that UFO kind of hunting, looking for evidence that UFOs exist. Well, we got evidence from the government this year, but he's very passionate about that subject. I've known this for a while about him, and I guess he's directed a movie called Monsters in California. It releases October 6th. It's got Casper Van Dien in this, the guy from Starship Troopers, UFO research. It centers on Dallas and his outcast group of high school friends attempting to shed light on a paranormal conspiracy in Southern California that the political powers have kept under wraps. So it's about busting open a conspiracy theory. Now, I have watched this trailer. There's Casper Van Dien. Visual effects wise, I got little hints of like a little bit of Close Encounters of the Third Kind with the ship going up. A little bit of fire in the sky. They do have one of the Blink 182's songs, I think, over it. He's drawing from mythos that he knows, like the government taking a body in a shed somewhere and dissecting it. I'll tell you that the actors seem to be trying to give it they're all. This younger actor, though, I'm not exactly sold that he can be carrying something of this magnitude on his shoulders. So I hope they surround him with other supporting actors to kind of take away the fact that maybe he's not that good of an actor. This fall. Yeah, so I do like the conspiracy angle of it, of them trying to uncover this kind of thing. It does at times feel a little bit hokey. What happened the night my dad disappeared? Yeah. Let's see what people are saying about it. This movie is going to be so much better than I thought it would be. Tom is forever creative and talented. It makes sense he'd be great at filmmaking. Well, we don't know that yet, man. This is his first film. We could have a Rob Zombie situation on our hands where it's kind of like some of it's hit or miss. We don't know exactly just yet. Looks fun. Definitely looking forward to it. I love Tom's isolated vocals in Aliens Exist. Blink is back, 2023. Well, I thought they were back for like, I thought they reunited. Because he went off to do this, so they kind of broke up. To do all this alien investigation kind of stuff, right? October 6th on Peacock. Is that what it said? Monsters of California. And he's like, go back to your sleepaway camp. Huh. Did you guys see this trailer? Did you like it? Are you going to check it out? I think I wouldn't be opposed to it. So, yeah. October 6th. Whoops, sorry. What's next? Appendage. The heck is this? Appendage trailer. Hatley Robinson is growing something sinister in this Hulu horror movie. And if it's on Hulu, it's possible it could be on Disney Plus because some stuff from Hulu does get migrated over to there for Canadian viewers because Hulu's only in the US, right? Now, of course, any horror movie is going to grab my attention. Appendage. So, I did watch this trailer, and it looks like she's like a seamstress or studying to be a seamstress, like a designer, clothes designer, right? And she's going to school for that. And she starts to create this thing. And something happens to her where she gets infected by something. I don't know if it's because she poked her finger there. She starts to have like a growth on her side. And of course, you can see there in the x-rays, it sort of look like horns. So I don't know if they're saying that she's got like the devil inside of her or something. Very interesting. And an appendage grows on her. A demonic appendage. Fascinating. I like abstract stories, and it looks like that this one is it. Could it be like at the end of the movie, this appendage bursts open and runs away? Possible. Does it corrupt her to do murder and stuff like that? Or something happens there. That's creepy. Appendage. Yeah. This looks so good. Can't wait to watch. There's No One Will Save You. Hulu is on fire. Hope it satisfies and isn't a confusing slow burner. Well, we have seen slow burners like a Run Rabbit Run this year, but that was on Netflix. This is amazing. You have to be in the right mood for slow burn. A slow burner doesn't necessarily mean bad. But if a slow burner is not good, then it's like pulling teeth. It doesn't seem like this is going to be a slow burner. It wouldn't surprise me, though. October 2nd on Hulu. Inner Demons. Like, I'm sure they're going to play up the angle at first. Is she hallucinating? Is it just all in her head that she's got this thing in her? This parasite that's making this appendage grow on her. The concept is like body horror kind of thing. So it's kind of like, oh, yeah. Check that out, October 2nd on Hulu. Next, The Burning Girls. Let's take a look at this. The Burning Girls trailer puts Samantha Morton in a creepy village for new Paramount Plus series. October 19th is when this comes out. Samantha Morton takes on a haunting role as Reverend Jack Brooks. Okay. The series follows a reverend and her daughter as they move to Chapelcroft in search of a fresh start, only to uncover secrets that turn their lives into a nightmare. Okay. So it's a series on Paramount Plus. Yeah. An official synopsis. The Burning Girls is a psychological horror meets small-town mystery in this story of a troubled vicar. Desperate to exorcise the demons of her past and find peace in their new home, the more Jack and Flo unearth about Chapelcroft's past, the deeper they are drawn into their own grifts, mysteries, and suspicions of the insular village. Okay, so there's more sinister stuff going on there, right? Got nothing against Samantha Morton. I did check out this trailer. New original series. She does look a little bit out of place in her priest costume. She does look a little bit out of place. I don't know if it's because the size isn't fitted for her. Maybe that's it. But we know that Samantha Morton can act. She's a good actor. It looks like she's got something going on in her past. She saw something, or maybe they're playing the fact that, you know, she is supposed to be of the cloth, but isn't. You know, she doubts her faith. Well, there's a mother-daughter dynamic there that could be interesting. And this town, yeah. Did I switch over the sound? No, I didn't switch over the sound. Let's just finish taking this out. Yeah,
small village.
Something with ghosts.
Cursed.
Do you believe in evil?
I believe in evil acts.
Why do you want to stay here?
I was sent here for a reason.
Yeah. So I'm guessing that she sees that like there's ghosts or something going on in this town, and then she's like, she wants to. It reminds her of something from her past, so she wants to stay and help, right?
You see the burning girls. Something bad will befall you.
Father.
Yeah. So I do think that there is going to be something in there where she questions her faith, but I also think that this town is maybe like cult, and they've burned girls in the past. Maybe that's it. The burning girls. It's possible. Let's see what people are saying in the comments. Ruby looks so good with dark hair. I can't wait to watch this show. Ruby. I'm here for Ruby. Can't wait. Who's this Ruby? Is that the one who plays the daughter? And Bridgerton and Lockwood star Ruby Stokes. Okay, so that it is the daughter, the one who's playing the daughter. She's 23 years old, from the UK, British. Let's take a look at her resume. Okay, she's in The Burning Girls, Black Dog, Lockwood and Co., Dusk Falls, Bridgerton, Where's Anne Frank? Some shorts, some TV stuff, TV series. Okay, not a big resume, but she seems to have amassed somewhat of a fan base. She looks really young there. So she's 23 now. But okay. Interesting. Paramount Plus, if you're into that. John Carpenter is a horror master, right? John Carpenter, you got to respect him for sure. John Carpenter's Suburban Screams trailer, the master of horror, explores real-life terrors. So, yeah, Suburban Screams, new series, October 13th on Peacock. Now, John Carpenter is no stranger to making like anthology horror type films like Body Bags and stuff like that. He respects that. But when I was watching this trailer, it's only like 54 seconds, guys. It's like, last year we got Cabinet of Curiosities from Guillermo del Toro, right? An anthology horror series. So it looks like John Carpenter's doing the same kind of thing with Suburban Screams, but it looks like it's a mixture of things it's based on real encounters, but it's like dramatized, right? And that's interesting. That's also very creepy that there's like murderous events happening, dramatized, obviously, for us in like an anthology series. That's cool. 6 true terrifying stories. And I think it is mixed in with like actual documentary type footage.
I was scared to death.
Yeah.
In one night, police fielded 50 calls about a man in a rabbit suit with a hatchet.
Yeah. Creepy, man. So, yeah, that anthology series. It does catch my interest because of
I know
John Carpenter. Now, I don't think he directs any of these. He's just producing this. He's helped put it all together. See what people are saying. This is going to be a must-watch for the next month. This is going to be a crazy busy month for me. Let the spooky season begin. This looks amazing. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing this show October 13th. Halloween is turning out to be more exciting. Yeah, we are loading up with a lot of Halloween content now for October. It's starting to fill out, and we're getting a clear picture of what if you want to start charting your course for entertainment of Halloween fare. It's starting to fill in nicely, and looks like John Carpenter is going to be stepping up and offering us something to sink our teeth into. Very curious. Talking about John Carpenter, he directed the original Christine. Let's talk about that. Christine director John Carpenter says Brian Fuller's remake will probably be better. Probably is the key word, and it's in quotes there. Maybe better. Now, I think I must have watched the original Christine, but I've forgotten a lot about it. It's like one of those ones that I didn't find it all that scary. The demonic car that comes to life and kills people, and then like that weird thing that it did with the crunching of like its grill plate here. Yeah, it was slated for a remake a while ago. That this creative team Fuller had come on to make a remake of this. And yes, it is ripe for a remake now that you could use AI, or you could say that the computer on board is corrupt, it's demonic, it's changed everything. But I still think that you got to go with the classic car. So would that make it a period piece? When this story broke, it was said that the Fuller guy who did a Hannibal series, he wanted it to be a very faithful adaptation of the book, so it would follow the book, so it would be the same car, right? The creative team, Brian Fuller. Yeah. He said, we actually recently got a script, which was terrific. We're going to try to make it into a movie. That's my plan. So that was like 2 years ago, right? That this happened, 2021. So it's been kind of sitting in production limbo, if you will. I don't know if this will happen. If it does, fine. It was just a curious, because we had heard it and I was like, oh, yeah, right. What did happen to that? Carpenter says, oh boy, well, good luck to him. It'll probably be better. Because Christine is having its anniversary or something, right? I know there's some rumblings about this anniversary. My question is why? I needed a job, frankly. The thing was my very first studio film. I was diving into the pool here, and all of a sudden, wham. So that's why he took the first project, because he needed the work. So eventually, Blumhouse said that Fuller said in an interview with Sci-Fi, I feel like it's a very faithful adaptation of the book, and the book was in front of me the entire time I was writing the script. Even when there's been minor departures of the spanksing of a nearly 600-page book into a 100-page script, so that there was a lot of fun, because initially I wrote a 122-page script. Okay. So, no concrete news as to when this Christine remake would happen, if it's going to happen. I tried searching, poking around. I couldn't find anything. More likely than not, it's probably not going to happen. And sometimes that's for the best. I don't know. You'd have to make it for $7 million, I would say. If Blumhouse is getting behind it, you could see that happening for sure. All right, let's go on to some hit or miss. If it's a hit, we'll talk about it. If it's a miss, oof. Hey, you know what? I was just saying that some films sometimes are better not made. But for Chris Pine, I'm guessing I think he might want to take that up. Pool Man. Chris Pine gets the worst Rotten Tomatoes scores of his career with his directorial debut. Yeah, Chris Pine directed this movie called The Pool Man. And yeah, it didn't do so well. So let's pull that up. That's a bit of a hit, right? Because it's got me a bit curious. Annette Bening is in this, and Danny DeVito. Huh, 25%. Only 12 reviews, though. So I wouldn't really call that too outrageous. Jennifer Jason Leigh's in this? That's kind of cool. Pool Man. Never even heard about it, though. Despite some of the recognizable cast, some believe Pool Man is one of the worst movies to play at major festivals. Ooh! And it went to the festival circuit. And if you couldn't appease those people, that's not good. After premiering at it was at TIFF this year. I do like Chris Pine. Hey, you took a shot, it missed. And it's got Danny DeVito, and Danny DeVito was one of the saving graces of that Haunted Mansion reboot. Annette Bening's top-tier talent. So it's got the talent. So why is The Pool Man so awful? It comes down to the screenplay and Pine's grating lead performance. Oh, he starred as the lead role in it too. He's patterned after Jeff Bridges, the dude from The Big Lebowski. I could see that. With the scruff. I don't know, man. Alas, Pine isn't either in that film. By the end, you actually start to feel bad for the Pool Man. So that's not good. I don't know. Doesn't even really give that much of a synopsis here, man. Follows a hapless dreamer who would be a philosopher who spends his days looking after the pool of a Tahitian tiki apartment block in sunny LA. When he uncovers the greatest water heist, he does what he can to protect his precious LA. Well, yeah, that doesn't sound all that interesting. But Pine seemed passionate about it. Again, being passionate about the project doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be good, guys. Being passionate about it it's a good start. I'll tell you this, even though this is a smaller film, smaller budget, obviously, if it doesn't do well, then so be it. At least he's getting some experience under his belt to say, well, he's going to have another chance. It's just, well, now he knows what not to do. Arglass says, have you covered pregnancy and birth in the Warlock covered pregnancy and birth in the first act of the movie, so I don't know how long drawn out a woman in pain till the bitter end. Oh, talking about that Appendage movie. Chris Over, I watched Haunting in Venice online. Fine. Arglass Viking says John Carpenter usually nails it with the music and enhances the horror. Yeah, the acting in Christine could be updated. It wasn't great. Yeah, that's what I sort of remember. The acting was a little meh. Chris Over, Christine remake will never beat the classic John Carpenter's. He gets beat up on it, right? Like some thugs beat him up, and like then the car like bonds with him or something like that. That's what happens, right? and follows his command to try to take out the people that beat him up. That's sort of what I remember. The Next Generation's next Star Trek Next Generation, Jonathan Frakes plans Star Trek Legacy. Yeah, Star Trek Legacy still hasn't come off the ground yet because, well, people are on strike. There's talks about it. I really like Picard Season 3 a lot. If that was the final chapter with the TNG crew, then that's fine with me because it ended on that note. It gave us fans what we wanted. It gave us the proper way to do fan service. And they set up the show to be Captain 7 of 9, a Captain 7 of 9 show, which I would love to see, and that would be Star Trek Legacy, right? What would he like to see in that? Basically, all this article goes on to say, yeah, Geordi LaForge's daughters are there in Picard Season 3. You can continue that with the legacy of Star Trek. And then, of course, Riker and Troy had a daughter that could also join that cast, and that's what he would like to see to carry on the legacy. And if you had that, then every now and then you could get cameos from the TNG crew. That would work too. But I would love to see a Captain 7 of 9 spin-off series. I think it is going to happen. I think they'll give it a test run. Give it a test run of like 6 or 8 episode series. Just small, contained. Don't have try having a formula of where it's like not a big 8 episode story arc. Have it go back to the episodic kind of thing. That's what I want to see with Star Trek. But everything's that big long story arc now. Episodic stuff is few and far between. And that kind of bums me out. It does. All right. That's pretty much all I got in the can. So what we'll do is we'll take a look at the Twitterverse. See if I missed anything. Roger Ross Williams from Cassandro. In theaters and on Prime September 22nd. Is that Bad Bunny? Yeah, we were just talking about Bad Bunny yesterday leaving the El Muerto project. And as I said, yeah, he's doing it right. He's getting these smaller projects, building up his resume, getting familiar of how all of this works and how he can add his artistic, like sometimes it takes a while to figure out, oh, this is my style. This is my artistic style. And I want to just, I want to, once you find it, you want to run with it kind of thing, right? That's good. Adam Driver on Michael Mann's Ferrari. Yeah, Ferrari's one that I'm looking forward to. That was at the festival. That was at Venice Film Festival, right? Ferrari's one that I'm really looking forward to. Jonah Howard King, Connor Swindle, and Ellie Bomber on the set of William Tell. Okay. No One Will Save You. Hulu. Caitlin Dever. Never heard of that. Haley Lou Richardson and Ben Hardy on Love at First Sight, now streaming on Netflix. Huh. Heartstopper. Bloopers, don't need that. Theater Camp is now on Hulu. Ridley Scott and Joaquin Phoenix on the set of Napoleon. Napoleon's another one that I'm looking forward to because of Ridley Scott and because of Joaquin Phoenix working together again. If you don't know, Joaquin Phoenix does somewhat idolize Ridley Scott because Ridley Scott really helped him out in this movie to find his role because Joaquin Phoenix was not really on board with it at first. But like Ridley sat him down and they walked through each of the scenes and stuff like that. That's cool. But of course, they worked together on Gladiator. And that's when Joaquin realized that, oh yeah, this guy, he can get certain things out of me that I didn't know that I had. And that's cool. That there's that mutual respect for each other. And I think that's going to pay off on the screen. I hope it does. Fast X is now streaming on Peacock. Good. The Persian version. What? Persian version debuts on limited theaters October 20th. I don't know what that is. Ethan Hawke's Wildcat debuts with 67 on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh, yeah, that's the one where his daughter is the main lead in it, and it has some very risque scenes in it. Hocus Pocus is returning to theaters October 6th to celebrate the 30th anniversary. Why is the Blue Jays trending here on the side? Blue Jays were swept at home. Yeah, I know, that was disgusting. I don't care to watch that. I was just like everybody else that was booing in the theater, in the stands. You could hear that. It was like, boo. It was like, yeah, boo. It was terrible. It was like 10-0 or something. They got blown out 2 nights ago. And then last night they got blown out 4-0 or something. Oh, it's just like, God. Yeah, you have to be able to beat teams like Texas, and you can't do it. So they're not going anywhere. Anyway, sorry about that. Luca Guadagnino's Challengers was originally set to be released in theaters, but has been delayed to April 26th. So yeah, that was about like the threesome, right? Of tennis players. Yeah. Oh, happy birthday to Tom Hardy, 46. Wow, we're almost the same age. In fact, are we the same age? No. Oh my God. American Beauty. One of the few films that I'll still tolerate watching Kevin Spacey in. Mostly because of the writing. This movie was a little too hard on the nose, though, with its social commentary. And a lot of people didn't like the floating bag kind of thing. Daisy Edgar Jones. Sadie Sink. She's going to have a great career. Sadie Sink. Talented actress. Kit Connor. Simone Ashley. Kit Connor. I like the look of no belt. It doesn't look like there's a belt, right? No suspenders or anything. Simple Favor, 5 years ago in theaters. Lessons in Chemistry. We looked at that yesterday. Our Flag Means Death. Aquaman 2 poster. Yeah. Oscar Isaac in support of the strike. Good. New poster for young Ahsoka. Those posters are kind of like meh. Whatever. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much all I got. Another bot following me? Yeah, another bot. X. I wish I could just get rid of X, but I can't. Let's see if there's any new trailers that drop, perhaps. I prefer wearing a belt. You never know when it comes. Yeah. No, I always wear a belt, but I'm just saying for fashion style there. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see any new trailers, so it's pretty much all I got, guys. I'm seeing it in about an hour, 2 hours now, right? I'll be going to see Venice, Haunting in Venice. Really not much more for me to do here today. Maybe we can go to Reddit. Sometimes Reddit has got some interesting topics that's worthwhile taking a look at. Airplane Jive. What love interest in a movie is actually a horrible person? Jenny. Jenny from Forrest Gump. It's horrible, right? What's their example here? I'm not sure about this one. From Crazy Stupid Love. Okay. Cal. Cal from Crazy Stupid Love. Half the characters in Love Actually. Did nobody say Jenny from Forrest Gump? Meg Ryan is a psycho stalker and Sleepless in Seattle. Yeah. Some of those movies didn't age as well as some people remembered. Scott Pilgrim is a horrible person. Yes. That's one of the reasons why I didn't like it. So is Ramona, actually. Ramona isn't much better. Yeah. Unlikable people. Did no one say Forrest Gump? My God, I'm going to have to put in a comment here. I'm not seeing Forrest Gump. Oh, fine. I'm not going to scroll through all of it. Horrible person. There you go. I added a comment to that. Did you ever notice how a real villain in Final Destination franchise gets negligence? Did you ever notice how the real villain of the Final Destination franchise is negligence? Oh, because of all the things that go wrong, like straps on a log trailer is not done up properly, so they fall off. Yeah. Movies that will F you up. No, I don't want to look at that. Mr. Dress Up, The Magic of Make-Believe. Official trailer for Prime. I like that little puppy. Casey, right? All I remember about Mr. Dress Up, he had the tickle trunk, right? All I remember was that, wasn't it his wife that originally did the voice of Casey? And then she died of cancer. And Casey left the show then because he couldn't bear another person doing the voice of it. So it was a little bit sad, right? Is that what happened? What leading women was Hollywood just not able to make happen? Anne Heche? Robin Tunney from The Craft? Robin had some TV success, though. She went on to be, what is that one? The Mentalist, right? And she was actually really good in that. And I still like her work. Anne Heche, they tried. She's been in some good stuff, and then, of course, she had that terrible accident. What actress just wasn't able to not make it happen? So yeah, that's curious. That's the question. What do you mean not make it happen? On the big screen or like on the small screen? Hey, if you're working, constantly working, I consider that a success, even though that you may not be in big stuff that gets totally recognized. As long as you're working, I would say that you made it. I feel like I was expecting Minnie Driver. Yeah, Minnie Driver. She's been successful, though, I would say. Dakota Fanning needs to be bigger than she is. Dakota Fanning had a great start, but I think she took time off to go to school and everything, didn't she? And she was just in The Equalizer 3, and she was really good in that. She's still got the chops. She does. And she's still young, so she's got lots of time still to, explore this acting itch. Her sister has definitely overcome her with regards to being considered a lead actress. Elle Fanning, because of the Maleficent movies. Estella Warren, Camilla Bell, Shannon Sossaman, Rachel Lee Cook. Oh, yeah, Rachel Lee Cook, that one sucks. But she's had TV success. Cara Delevingne, they tried, it didn't work. Yeah, Cara Delevingne, they tried. That one, I see. Not happening. And she did it the right way. She tried doing smaller roles in the background. She just never took. Claire Forlani, yeah. Claire Forlani, Meet Joe Black, The Rock. She just doesn't have a whole lot of range. Mallrats, yeah. She was in stuff, but she didn't have that ability to make you go, who's that actress? What's she doing? She doesn't have that extra level like like an Anya Taylor-Joy or a Halle Bailey or Barry, even. That makes you go, ooh. Amy Smart. Actually, I liked her. She was in good stuff. All right, next. Line deliveries that stayed with you. David, we are leaving. Prometheus. Yeah, but that was more of an homage to Drake, we are leaving line from Aliens. Great ass from Pacino in Heat. Eyes bulging. She's got a great ass. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that one stays with you. Val Kilmer, the pointing scene at the end of Top Gun. Great line. Yeah. There's lots of great lines. An odd one for you all. Best yell in a movie. Best yell? Well, you got to go with Schwarzenegger at the end of Predator, right? When he lights his little torch and says, "Come on, get me." Gina Gershon, our Glass Viking, says about women that couldn't make it. That one sucks. Yeah, she had lots of talent. Screaming. Viggo Mortensen breaking his toe in Two Towers. Yeah, that one, because he did break his toe kicking that helmet, right? That was a good scream. But a lot of the bad villains have great screams, like Danny DeVito as Penguin when he screams. The bad guy in Star Trek Insurrection had a great scream, but that was F. Murray Abraham. Usually when all the bad guys realize that they've been duped and they go, ah, a lot of those. As long as it's handled well, those ones really resonate, right? But Arnold, right now. I'll say that right now. Torch, like the Predator. There you go. Maybe somebody already said it. Brendan Fraser yelling at zombie warriors in The Mummy. Yeah, that was funny. Oh yeah, and then Captain Kirk, saying in Wrath of Khan when he's like underground and he's realizing that I'm gonna leave you, and he's like you could see his he gets into that, he somehow Shatner tapped into that anger when your cheeks wiggle kind of thing. But then he didn't realize in the next scene, oh, we can just beam out of here from some other ship. It was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, but that was a good scream. That was iconic. Everyone. Yeah, from Leon the Professional. Gary Oldman. Give me everyone. Sir, everyone? Everyone. Yeah, that one was good. John Krasinski in A Quiet Place. Oh yeah, that's haunting. That one was haunting. For sure. Detectives? No. So no. Oh yeah, Schwarzenegger. Duchess Cry from Predator. There you, right there. Yeah. So somebody did mention it. Good. For the next Bond, I just pray it won't be an A-lister. I don't understand that either. Oh, I don't want it to be somebody that we know. I want it to be an unknown. It's like, why is that part of your criteria? Don't you just want it to be good? Yeah. A Death of Stalin. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm going a little bit overtime today, just because I'm not going to be right away on Twitch. But it looks like we've hit all the marks today, guys. Aquaman Lost Kingdom trailer. All right, guys, that's it for me. If you're going to go out and see Haunting in Venice, let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. I'm seeing it later in just a few hours, so I'll see you later on today for my live review of it here on the channel. I'll come on board for that, and then enjoy the rest of your weekend. It's supposed to be not too hot, but at least it's sunny. I'm ready for it. See you guys next time on Mirror Domains.